If we could just be around a fire, a little heat right now, a little coffee to keep you warm. Maybe that's how you're starting your day. We certainly hope so, because a lot of people are just out doing shopping, also working, baking, doing everything as we're in the thick of that holiday season.
Delivery drivers that are out making sure that we actually get our packages. A big shout out to you, because it is cold out there as you are making your package deliveries. And much like yesterday, we know it's going to be cold, but can we expect some sun like we had there too?
Yeah, you know, today is actually going to be the warmest day that we're going to have in quite some time. And it will be the warmest day that we've had since November 26th. It was 52 that day. We're not going to get that warm.
That feels like a dream.
Right? But we haven't been above average yet once. In fact, we haven't been above 40 degrees yet this month. It's weird. So take advantage of today is what I'm telling you, as we do see a high eventually near 40, because we've got some pretty brutal temperatures that are headed our way for this upcoming weekend. In the meantime, we are still seeing numbers climbing. We have jumped from 21 to 27 overnight here in the Indy Metro. Still 21 over in Richmond, and it's 25 in Shelbyville. We've got clear skies to the south, and we've got some ongoing cloud cover to the north as a quick clipper system is bringing some light scattered snow showers across the far northern tier of the state. Keep that in mind if you do have travel plans that take you north of the city. This is going to be pretty quick moving. It's already wrapped up in northwestern Indiana. That will continue to exit by about daybreak today. Then the wind's going to pick up, and that's going to help to usher in some of this more mild air for us today. So becoming breezy. Think at times, especially later on this afternoon into this evening, we're going to see wind gusts in excess of 30 to perhaps 40 miles per hour. But again, that's going to help to bring in some of this more mild air. We are expected to see that 40-degree mark later on this afternoon here in Indy. Upper 30s to the north and low 40s to the south. Rain will return during the overnight, and then that much colder air will continue to build in throughout the course of the day on Wednesday. Any remnant moisture changes from rain to some light scattered snow showers as temperatures drop back near the freezing mark already by lunchtime tomorrow. So tomorrow's high will likely happen during the early morning hours. Going to be a cold, kind of blustery afternoon on Wednesday. We'll talk about the road to the weekend and that Arctic air arriving, but here we go at almost 6:02 in the morning, and we still have a crash that we're following out in the Hancock County area, and this is only continuing to cause more of an issue as we see more traffic out on the roadway approaching that morning rush hour. These are the eastbound lanes of I-70. This is just east of that State Road 9 exit, that Greenfield exit out in Hancock County. We've got that right travel lane that is blocked, so you can see everyone merging over to that left lane, and that's what's creating that backup and that delay at this point. We are in the red back past State Road 9 as you are heading eastbound on I-70, so out of the city, away from the city, I should say. That's really the only issue that we've got out there right now, which is a good thing, but we'll keep you posted on this and any new situations that pop up.
Thank you, Lindsay. Well, the plan to redraw Indiana's congressional map continues in the State House and is one step closer this morning.
Well, the Senate Elections Committee actually passed House Bill 1032. It now heads on to the full Senate. Let's get to Anna Chalker, who has been following us, keeping us updated on this bill's journey, and now joins us in studio. What came out of that vote, Anna? Good morning.
Well, ladies, it was a long first day for the Senate, and that committee voted on the bill just under 12 hours ago. And that was after hearing from voters for more than 4.5 hours yesterday. And Democrats offered a handful of proposed amendments, but all of them were voted down. And through months of debate, many of the senators have stayed quiet on where they stand on redistricting. And last night was the first time we heard from some Republicans. Committee Chair Senator Mike Gaskill supports this bill and says this will help balance maps nationally.
Political gerrymandering is uncomfortable. I understand that. And I could mention many other states. I think that somewhere between 15 and 20 seats, additional seats Republicans could have today if there were fair maps.
Now, one senator, Greg Walker, he crossed the aisle and voted no with Democrats on the committee. He says the recent threats of violence against lawmakers and calls to primary those who don't support redistricting have kept him firm on his choice to vote against a new map.
I refuse to be intimidated. I made a choice. I will not let Indiana or any state become subject to the threat of political violence in order to influence legislative product.
We will learn more on Thursday where the other senators stand on redistricting when this is brought back up, but many are telling us this is going to be a tight vote, and that's what we've been expecting for the Senate. And before this, they heard from around 130 Hoosiers on their opinions on this, because again, this is what's going to impact the most is the voters, where they're going to be standing in their districts if this gets passed. So coming up, we'll share some of those testimonies, are really emotional ones, that something you probably didn't hear about when you're thinking about all of this going through.
Has that ended, the public
Yes.
speaking?
Yep, that was only for yesterday morning, so that's all done, but that was 4.5 hours. So a lot of people to get through, so we'll show you a couple of those.
Thanks, Anna.
All right. Well, this morning, a suspect is in an Indianapolis hospital. This is after a shooting involving police in Martinsville.
So we do know that a canine officer was also injured. This started around 1 o'clock yesterday afternoon on Belt Lane near Patton Lake. A homeowner called police saying that they could see someone breaking into their home through a security camera.
Oh, when officers arrived, they called for that person to come out, but say that the suspect refused. And that's when they released a canine officer.
Well, it's one of your officers going down. It's one of your own. And that was very evident today because once that happened, one of the other officers picked it up and ran probably a tenth of a mile up a hill that I was winded walking up today to get it to a car so they could self-transport that to the emergency care. So it's one of your own.
And that's the Morgan County Sheriff describing what happened after police believe the suspect hit that canine with something. The dog was taken to a vet clinic in Morgan County, but they say that dog is expected to be okay.
And police tell us the suspect was also injured during that break-in. So far, they've not really elaborated on the extent of the suspect's injuries, but we are working with police to get more information about this and the latest on the officer's involvement.
Well, a driver is arrested after a crash that killed 2 and hurt 8 others in Montgomery County. So this happened around 3:15 yesterday afternoon. This was along US 231 near County Road 600 South. It's just south of Crawfordsville. You can see from this map how far this is outside of Indianapolis. Police say that the driver of a pickup truck tried to pass, stop traffic, and ended up hitting 2 other cars. We're told that driver is facing preliminary charges of OWI causing death, as well as criminal recklessness.
Well, IPS leaders have confirmed a teacher is off the job this morning after allegations of excessive force on a student.
And they didn't go into a lot of detail about the actual incident itself, but according to a statement, IPS Employee Relations did launch an investigation early last month, and a spokesperson told us that the incident reportedly happened at Washington Irving School 14.
The district did get IPS police and DCS involved. The spokesperson tells us the DCS investigation is still underway. Well, casino workers in Shelbyville are officially forming a union after weeks on strike. More than 200 Horseshoe Casino dealers and dual rate dealers are set to join Teamsters Local 135. So initially they were supposed to vote in October, but the National Labor Relations Board postponed the election when the government shut down. The workers say they're looking forward to bargaining and their first contract as a union. Well, IU has the next few weeks off from a game, but the excitement for fans is ramping up ahead of the Rose Bowl next month.
You guys rest up. It has a lot of people scrambling now. Try and get tickets. Our Marina Silva has spent the morning looking at prices, not only if you're trying to snag a ticket, but also some other things you might need to grab too. Hey, Marina.
Good morning. Well, if you're looking at the chance to go, you're going to want to listen up. It's going to cost you a pretty penny. So let me show you what we're seeing right now. I'm here on Ticketmaster, and for the lowest price tickets, now this is just for one ticket, $416.50. So if you need 2 tickets, it's going to be like $833. That's going to put you in section 26. Now, if we're looking for, just for kicks, for the best seats, we'll go here. It's gonna be more than $2,000, and that's going to put you over in section 5. Now, IU says they'll have 500 student tickets available, as well as some tickets saved for season ticket holders. If you're among those 2 groups, keep an eye on your email these next few days as more information comes out.